Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel. And I am coming off the high of finally getting my hands on a 10-foot tall skeleton. The way I sprinted to the store, our local grocery store, HEB, is finally making them too. I have been wanting one from Home Depot since forever and could never get my hands on them. And my time had finally come, okay? I like awkwardly stood next to the one box I found in the holiday section for like 5 or 10 minutes with my little cart, my little buggy. I was like, I need to ask someone to help me because I couldn't quite lift it correctly and maneuver it to get into my cart. And then finally someone came by, they helped me load it up, and I felt so bad because then this other lady came and said that she'd been directed here to get one, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad, but this one is fine. Thankfully, the HEB worker was like, okay, we'll see what we can do. And then I sprinted as fast as I could with like one hand on the box and the other one trying to like steer the cart to check out. I did. So again, I'm riding a high. Haven't even put it up yet. Haven't even taken the box out of my car. Okay, gonna have to wait for my husband to help me fully maneuver it out. I did manage to get it into the cart by myself. So I've got my workout in for the day. And now I have coffee, which I don't need because I am awake. All that to say, I'm ready to write. I'm ready to write and I'm ready to decorate my office space because I have been decorating the house. Started in October. And I have a few little knickknacks here and there spread out through the office, but not enough. You know, I have more. I have more that I've purchased and I just need to put up. But also, more importantly, I need to get Project Death done. I'm aiming for like a chapter a day. So if I could finish chapter 2 here now, that's the goal. So with the power of the coffee that I don't need because I'm awake, let's do this. All right, I'm up 637 words. Chapter 2 basically needs to combine the reveal to the reader that Twilvie has killed before. So we get to see in the first chapter how death takes people. We see that Twilvie's kind of curious about it and is like clearly more fascinated and intrigued and like almost investigative. And then we learn that it's because she's killed and she was not taken. But I also need to show something that was like 3 or 4 scenes later where she's at the river. We get to see basically the sticks where she lives are dying and we get to have her memory of it. And I'm combining these scenes because it works out perfectly because where she killed someone was at the river. The person that we're not gonna learn until like halfway through the book, but our first kill is at the river. So she like kind of gets to reminisce. So I think it's perfect to combine these, but as with combining anything, it's a little bit harder than you would think sometimes. So it feels like I make progress and then have to take like 2 steps back and like go forward like 4 steps and then like another 2 steps back. And so it's kind of fun. It is fun. It's fun. I wish it would magically just do it, but it's all right. It's funny. It's going to be much better for these changes that if I wasn't trying to stick to a certain word count, would I be making them? And yet, I think it's going to be better for it, so. All right, what I have not done is eaten anything yet, and I think it is time for breakfast. Eggs and a kolache, a pumpkin kolache even, is truly the breakfast of champions, even though it's really more of an early lunch. I'm still trying to finish this blanket. Now that I am, oh, I don't have anything to drink. So let's fix that. Now that I have some drinks, I am ready to get back to writing this chapter. Let's see if I can do this. All right, we're up to 856 words, but the structure is there. Okay, there is one little smidge that's going to be entirely new words, but it is going to scuttle the little sausage. We went and got her nails trimmed. like 2 weeks ago already. Scuttle, scuttle. Scuttle, scuttle. Hi. You can do it. Thank y'all. The thing with merging scenes is that inevitably you're gonna change some stuff. And so now I have to change the ending so it flows better into the next scene, or the next chapter. Oh, woo. I already know what I have to do. You don't have to tell me. Good timing for an eye break. Meanwhile, we have this little princess and her unicorn.
Yeah. Yeah, little toe. Yeah, little toes.
Okay, I did some not as fun work, but now I want to run to the store to get batteries for my Halloween tree and to pick up some yarn to make a NaNoWriMo scarf. It's going to be my trial run for the temperature blanket. Also, can you see that during that I picked up all my nail polish? That's fun. So I think these are the colors I need. I'm going to try and make, this is called the moss stitch, which I've never done before, but I think it'll be fun. I'm gonna go for like fall colors, but we'll see what I can find at the store. And I need 11 of them with the way I have kind of figured it out right now. So we'll see. I'll talk about this more in my Nano video, but for now, let us hit the road. Okay, I think this could work. The book haul. This one I had on hold for the summer scare readathon, but it didn't come in until now. Same with Gone Girl, but this is actually our other tube chat book club pick, so I will be still reading this one. This just looked adorable, as did this. And I also finally got the first volume of One Piece in. Again, kind of. And I found this nonfiction book about pirates, so 24 Hour Pirates is a go. It's so cute! Oh, I am very excited to write tonight. Also, I did get a fun idea for a short story, like maybe 500 to 1,000 words. And so I think I'm going to play around with that tonight. But first, let's clean this room up a bit. I think I might want to take that down. Maybe a couple other things so that I can spookify it all. Okay, I got a little distracted before I started decorating. The Michael's website doesn't work, and Lion Brand is having its own sort of sale. So I'm debating where to buy my yarn from. Oftentimes I'll go into Joann's just to feel it because I usually buy from Joann's, but for some reason they'll have better deals sometimes if you just like order it to pick up. I don't know that they have that coupon right now, but I think this might be the yarn. And I've changed it a little bit because it was previously 11 colors and at like $4.54 or $4.19, like it is just not I'm gonna say it's not reasonable for my scarf and how often I use scarves. It is potentially reasonable for like projects that I would do just for the fun of it. Like the blanket I'm currently working on, I do not want to count up how much money technically I have spent on the yarn. But I've changed it a little bit, so now we're in increments of 750 words, and that means it's 7 colors. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. What combo of these look the most fall-y will look good together, you know? Now we just gotta figure out where to buy it from. Does it look like I'm drinking the blood of my enemies? Because that was the goal. Does it also look like my enemies are still swimming in their blood? Yes, I am a fan. All right, we're gonna turn off some of these lights and see how it looks. Ooh, ah. Okay, I still need to like clean up the desk and everywhere else, but I like it. It's a vibe. By the way, this is just cherry juice, which is incredibly tart, so let's see. Mmm, yum. Their blood tastes delicious. All right. 570 words that basically serves as the outline, or like honestly zero draft at that point, of this short story. I have actual dialogue intermixed in with like the little outline beats, so I'm guessing this will be more like 2,000 words. I was wrong. Anyways, though, it was very fun. I have everything figured out except for, okay, I have a couple options for the end. I don't know if I'm making something too obvious, like I'm doubling down too much, or if I should leave it up to the reader to just sort of like understand. So, but that would be like, it basically is a, do I leave it off blank or do I like add 2 or 3 more sentences? So I might write it both ways and just see which one lands better is probably going to be the solution. I kind of like the idea of leaving it cliffhanger-ish, like pieced together, but that's how I'm feeling now. I do quite like this purple effect. Those ones are so much brighter. I like them. I feel like I need to get more. 2 of my girls happily enjoying the vibes. Oh, 3 of my girls, I'm sorry.
Should be the way on a C5 tyre, softness to the compounds from Pirelli. You shouldn't be able to really get a second lap out of it, to be fair.
I got yesterday's leftover coffee and I am ready to keep writing. You know when you're not feeling well and the words are just like not happening? Actually, a lot of stuff is just not happening. Well, that was my Friday. I decided to sort of honor that vibe and really take it easy, if only because I found that pushing myself during those times actually makes the recovery a little bit tougher. And I wasn't quite sure what was bothering me yet, so that was the other part of it. But then Saturday, I decided, still sort of feeling that way, to utilize sprints. I don't often do sprints by myself. I don't usually like to work against a timer because I can sort of just like self-motivate to get the words in. I don't need to like be racing against a clock. I don't need to stop. I'll just be in the zone. But you know, on those times when it's hard to get into the zone for whatever reason, the timer is just so effective that I almost get mad when I don't use it. Like on Friday. Could I have potentially set up a timer for 22 minutes and 22 seconds? Yeah, I think I could have. So thankfully I realized it on Saturday though, and I was able to get quite a bit of words in before we headed off to a little festival that our Central Market was throwing. It's one of the first versions of this they've done in a couple of years, like sort of post-pandemic, all about Portuguese food, and it was so fun and so delicious and free. And just wonderful. Love a little event to get me out of the house. All right, it is now Sunday and I have some chapters to finish. Let me show you where I'm at. So, as you can see on the 14th, I finished up chapter 1. I deleted some words on the 15th, but actually it didn't really work on the 15th because my allergies truly beat me up. We had a little bit of a reprieve outside. It is now like highs of 95 instead of 105. But that does mean it brought with it like some something, I don't know. Fall allergies are starting, and so I just have not been feeling great. So yesterday I managed to finish most of chapter 3, but that is what I'm going to be working on to start with. I have at the very end a little bit of a scene to add that would be completely new, but like it's still within this chapter. This is after some shuffling, so this puts me at about 6,604, which means I have about 3,400 words to play with till I need to get to the catalyst and we see the first death on page. I've changed some things, right? I've changed some things, and so now I think I've done a better job at, you know why Tuovi was gonna kill this guy in the first place. It's completely understood. But now we're gonna see him have like a little bit more, we're gonna see them have a little bit of interaction, and basically her trying to steer him away from continuing down the path that she finds basically unforgivable and dangerous to everyone else. So we see her trying to avoid having to kill him before she, you know, he continues doing it, and she's like, fine, whatever, which is not something we had at all in the last draft that I wrote of this. So again, big things are not changing. This is still the same guy that's dying for the exact same reasons. The same death is gonna happen. I am changing the timing of it just a little bit, but I actually think it should work out okay, so it's just moving up a little bit. Yeah, I'm making it snappier, but also I think it's really nice that we get to see Tuovi trying to avoid this. Again, would I have done this if I wasn't trying to condense so much? Probably not. So I think this goes to show actually that there are multiple ways to write a story. Of course, we all know this. There are multiple, there's hundreds, millions of different ways to write a story. But even me being the same writer, the story being mostly the same, there are different paths I can take to getting there. And it's fun getting to explore one that will be hopefully more in line with sort of like commercial standards. Standalone fantasy. You are hard, but I'm having fun with it. That is the kettle going on in the background, so I'll have some tea before I get to writing. Alright, that is 542 words now that I've added that last scene. I need to do a little bit of cleanup. This top bit is like entirely notes to myself. And you can see I got some little gaps here that, oh, more notes to myself that just need to be cleaned up, but then otherwise it's good. It's done. So actually about 2,800 words to play with to get to this first kill, but I'm loving the interaction that they just had. Hopefully this is all gonna work out. One of the things that I am doing, I don't know that I'm quite at a chapter a day for this weekend once I finish this chapter and the next, but that is basically the goal from here on out. Even when I am traveling, just before the retreat and even on the retreat, I think I'm gonna try and work to finish. This also allows me to talk over anything with Jess while we're there, so I think it's going to be kind of perfect. And what I learned from the last retreat is I wanted the chance to work on a single project while I was there, and I think finishing Project Death on a writing retreat feels so good. I think I'm going to end up taking a little bit longer to get up to my brother's. That'll give me some more time, like right this whole week, rather than just this last bit. That'll give me a bit more time on each day to work. So like if I just had 2 hours a day, I think I'd be able to knock out a chapter a day until we get to the end, because again, the issue I'm having is all of this is written. the annoying part. All this is written, it's just condensing it, which does take some time. Again, I'm hoping it won't be too hard. Chapter day, chapter day. All right, before we get this sprint started, I'm going to add chapter 4 and copy and paste over what I need. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so I went ahead and actually did a little more copy and paste. This is where the catalyst is at. And then we're not going to talk about this yet, but basically I went through everything and either did a tick mark for I'd copied it over, or I left it off for if it's more of a scene to be mined for later. Like, it's not integral. There's probably something good, not just good, but like, you know, there might be something important in there, but the overall scene is not important or can be redone with just a paragraph. I went ahead and didn't copy and paste it over. I'm gonna keep it. I'm just not gonna copy and paste it. So, you know, that's what, 1, 2, 3. Wow, only 3 scenes. So that's probably why in the copy and paste, I'm still at 12,716 words for the catalyst. And honestly, if I could get it under by a little bit, that would be under the 10,000 even, I mean, that would be even more helpful, because I'm needing to change a couple things with how the debate period goes before we actually see the house and 12E chooses to join or fully become an apprentice. So I'm doing a couple more hints earlier without giving it fully away is basically the new plan. I do think that'll work. It does make it shorter. Oof, oof, oof. I can do this. I can do this. Anyways, so if I could get through chapter 5 somehow edited by today, that would actually be phenomenal. The chapters are mostly make pretend, if only because I am trying to end every scene with sort of like a, not a cliffhanger moment, but like a ooh, that makes you want to turn the page, or like keep reading. So realistically, almost every scene break, one scene could go up or down in terms of what chapter number it's technically under. It's less important. I have missed most of Katie's sprints, but like I need some other inspiration, a timer that is not my own. So I think I'm gonna take this 40 minutes and let's see what I can do. Drag this over here. I love how it says I've written 12,000 words today. I have copied and pasted most of those. Okay. Okay, let's do this. So I fully finished chapter 3, fully finished this first scene of chapter 4. After I did some reshuffling and merged scenes, I actually added a whole like 100 words. It's not that much, but that obviously is not doing what it needs to do. I don't even have to see it actually because I know what I need to do. I am going to have to kill my darlings. That's what it is. I'm gonna have to kill them, just like 12E's gonna kill the smith. So instead of that happening on the second night, it's gonna have to happen on the first, which means I have to change the entire first day. But part of the way through this, when I knew that this was a possibility, that it was still going to be over onwards, my brain came up with this option B solution, which is actually going to be the solution. So basically, I think the matriarchs, the ones in their community that are leading them on this trek, are going to pause the first day early and be like, there's still time. If you need to go back, like if you don't think you can make it, they're already gonna have one of them fall. Like this is gonna be the wake up call. So I'm thinking a couple people go back. They're making camp early. And I think in that process, 12E needs to overhear the thing that the Smith has basically tricked all these people to give him their names by using a fake name himself and like pretending to be in love and all this stuff. I think she's gonna overhear that because she's stalking him. That's how it worked in the first iteration, where she like fully stalks them at night, just like waiting to see if it's gonna happen. But now that I have added the exchange in between them that I didn't have before, and if she can just overhear it whilst they're like making camp, when they go to like the desolate forest to do the thing that they were gonna do, Twilby can strike the first night. And I think that can work. And I will just have to mine for gold the scenes of the darlings that I'm killing to put them in. And that would get me to 10,000. I know, that would get me there. Me beating myself. Okay, well, I need to settle in with this. I need to make a little peace with it. So I'm gonna leave this vlog here. I will pick this up in an entire Killing My Darlings vlog. And that's gonna be that. Yes. All that said, chapters 2, 3, and 4 done. Progress is progressing. I heard back from both of my brothers, so I think I'm actually gonna leave on Tuesday the 27th and head out. And maybe I'll find some fun like coffee shops and bookstores or whatever along the way to stop and write in. It'll be good. It will be good. And I will kill my darlings. Please do comment down below. Let me know about a time you've had to kill your darlings. Let me know what worked for you. I'm gonna get started bright and early on Monday morning, so hopefully I'll be able to take in at least some of your advice, since really the whole theme of having to shorten my word count here is that I'm going to have to kill my darlings. Let me know if you happen to know of any fun bookstores or coffee shops in between Dallas to St. Louis to Columbus, Ohio. Let me know if you're an underwriter about a time you've ever overwritten something, and if you're an overwriter, a time you've ever underwritten. I'm so curious. It's when we start straying from like the kind of writers we think of ourselves as, I just always find it fascinating. I'm having to learn new skills in this like tightening up process that I've never had to do before. So it's fun. It's new and it's fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon with a new video. Bye.